I wonder if people do want to get to know me. Get to know me. Get to know me. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie, and today I'm gonna do just like a simple get ready with me with all my essential normal makeup tools and a Q&A, get to know me. So on Instagram, I put a little suggestion box of people to feel free to ask me whatever questions they wanted. So, as I do my makeup, I'm gonna go ahead and read them. So, I already have moisturizer on. I don't even think I'm gonna put on primer because I don't really need it to stay on all day. And okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Ride or Die foundation, my Shiseido burrito. I don't know if you guys have seen that commercial, but Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It's full coverage. It's like been my undercover Ride or Die foundation. It's just like, I see myself like just reaching for it all the time. And because of the color that I got, it's really great for me, whether I'm like tan or whether I'm starting to get pale. I don't know if it's because of like the undertone that it has or what. You know, if I'm a little bit more tanner, I'll mix it with a darker one, but I mean, it's pretty much perfect for me always. It's like the foundation, you know what I mean? The core foundation for my other foundation looks. If that makes any sense. Okay, maybe actually I'll mix a little Lancome Skin Feels Good. I like that this one's like a hyaluronic tin, and it kind of like liquefies or breaks up like the full coverageness of my full coverage foundations. I just put all over my face, and then usually I use my fingers, but I don't feel like doing that today. But yeah, I feel like sometimes depending on the foundation, like the best tool you could use is your hands, because it really like works, it warms it up. But I'm gonna do whatever today. Okay, so first question that somebody had asked me was, how do you find motivation to have a daily routine after leaving nightlife? So I'm assuming they're asking after leaving nightlife, like due to the quarantine. So if you didn't already know, I work at Live Miami at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. By far the coolest job I've ever had, obviously, but yeah, now thanks to the quarantine and the Rona, I have not been working. Let's see, how do I find motivation to have a daily routine? Well, I can tell you that I have no other choice, obviously, now to not be working. But okay, so when I was like working at the club full time, for me the most important thing when I would be home or I would have time off is to sleep. Like for me, my sleep and my sanity and my health and all that, they're like, nothing is more important. Like I don't care about going out, I don't care about really doing anything. Like my sleep comes first. So now that I don't have to be working like crazy, I don't know if I've necessarily found motivation, but more like I'm excited for all the free time. I'm getting good night's sleeps, and now I'm just like, wow, like I want to wake up when there's still sunlight outside, and I want to be able to do all the stuff that I didn't have the time to do before because of my work schedule. So I don't know if it's necessarily motivation, but excitement for all the free time. That's why, like, it's a devastating time, and I've been fortunate enough to, you know, my husband's still working, and we always have things planned for a rainy day, you know, so I've been able to basically live off my last paycheck, but other than that, like I feel really fortunate for the time off, you know, in a weird way, more like in a positive way. I will never, ever, ever get this opportunity again in my life to just be able to stop, and like the world has stopped and I don't have to be tempted to spend money outside or go out and do anything. And I can just work on myself and my mental health. And so, yeah. Okay, next question. How did you and your hubby meet? Okay, so I met Manny about 10 years ago at a party. And I remember him like trying to talk to me and I was like not having it. And then we continue to be friends or stay friends because of a mutual friend, and I ended up talking to him pretty much like every day, 24/7, and I got to a certain point where I realized like, we have all this in common and he's so easy to talk to. I think I like him like more than a friend. And then that's it, the rest is history. We've been together now for 10 years, married for 5, and we have basically grown up together because we've done it all, gone to school, left the country for the first time together. There's a lot of firsts that we've been able to do together, and it's been really exciting. I love him, it's my best friend. Okay. What is your fave absolute full coverage foundation? Okay, so the thing is like, it's such a hard question because for me, there's always different looks I want to be trying to achieve or, you know, try out. And so using different foundations is kind of like the key to that. Like, or maybe my skin's looking better than it was the day before, so I want to use a lighter coverage and really go for a natural look. Or my skin could be bad and you can have like a huge pimple that just like stays on your face for like months and ruins your life. And then you want a full coverage one. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I really think that my go-to, at least for the past year, has been this Shiseido Synchro Skin Refreshing one. Other than that, I mean, I have like some faves that are like, ooh, but kind of been drawing away from like a more fuller coverage. Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Fetish. I love this one, and I would mix it with my Shiseido because it is full coverage. It's matte. Sometimes I don't want that much of a like harsh look. Everybody's different. But I like that one, and you know, for a while, for years, my go-to ride or die, I was like, if you don't have it, you're not living, was the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Your Skin But Better, I think it is. It's in a drawer there, but that to me was like, I mean, it really is still fantastic. It has anti-aging, it's got like a bunch of good stuff for your skin. But, you know, I started getting more adventurous. I wanted to see, you know, if this product is great, there has to be other good products out there. And there are, that's the thing. You know, I do have favorites, but there are so many good brands that do have so many good formulas that it's hard for me to kind of just, you know, give it to one. All right, okay. All right, next question. Your favorite thing about your career? Well, I can't necessarily say that working at the club is my career, obviously. I mean, I can't be working there for the rest of my life. But my favorite thing about working there, okay, so like one of my all-time dreams, even since I was a little kid, was to be a DJ. Like, I love music so much, and I don't love just what's hot and popping now. Like, I love jazz and classical and 80s and instrumental and anything you could think of. Like, I could find any good, any positivity in any genre of music. There genuinely isn't a genre that I hate, because I at least will look for the ones that I love. And you know, when I used to work at Hooters, they would call me the human jukebox, because there also like were not any songs on there that like I didn't know, and I didn't know the words, and like I just love music so much. Like if there Beat Shazam, that cool little show, yeah, like I win it every time, like because all I have to hear is like a little snippet of a song, and I'm like, oh, it's, you know, Semi-Charmed Kind of Life, whatever. Like it just, there's so many songs in my little brain that I love. And what I'm getting to is that working at the club, you know, we have talent, we have performers, and for me, it's just so cool. I basically feel like I'm at a concert every single night. You know, you don't know, sometimes you do know who's gonna perform, sometimes you don't know who's gonna show up. And it's just the spontaneousness of all that, and not knowing who you're gonna see and what you're gonna get. It's like so cool to me. Plus, it doesn't matter if it's hip-hop night, open format, house, you never know what that DJ is gonna play, you know? They're not like set playlists, so the excitement of like not knowing what's coming up next is like just, oh, I love it. So I've never really used this palette, California Love by Colourpop. They have such pretty cute colors, browns, golds. If I have used it, it was probably only like one color, so I think we're gonna try it out today, even though this is not an everyday look, but I'm kind of like already bored of all my everyday kind of eyeshadows. Let's see. I need a mirror. Alright, next question. Your favorite karaoke night song. Oh! Oh my god, okay, that's hard, man. I don't know. Well, I could tell you that I do sing Bohemian Rhapsody Amazing with my good friend Sable. It is a performance that one must see in their life. That's always a favorite, but I think my all-time favorite karaoke song is Last Dance by Donna Summers. Oh! You can just like really get into it, you know? It's like, 'cause it's your last chance. I love that song. I love the 70s. Yeah, that one's good. Oh wait, no. There's another one too. Yeah, no, I think that's the one. Yeah. Oh, I need you by me, beside me. Woo, I love that song. Okay, next question. How often do you buy clothes? How much time you got, sis? No, so I for real have a problem with how much clothes I buy. And I'll admit, like, it's not good. Like, I could really be investing my money somewhere else, but I don't know, man. You know, like the hippie in me is kind of just like, dude, like, yeah, I could invest, and you know, I try to do what I can, I try to save what I can, but also like, nobody freaking knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. And like, look at this crazy coronavirus stuff. Like, I mean, it's, nobody knows what's gonna happen. Like, so imagine like if I just wasn't able to say like, you know, at least I lived my life and I was able to get the things I wanted, and I was happy. I don't know. Not trying to get philosophical, but I buy clothes pretty much every week. Obviously not every day. When I was working, it was bad. But you know, this whole quarantine, I'm proud of this whole quarantine. I haven't bought any clothes, just like sweatpants and stuff, so I could like tie-dye. But So I have this closet here behind me. That's like mostly like newer stuff that I've bought, or like I was supposed to go to Tulum before the quarantine, so I have like all that there. When I went to Italy last summer, I had like all of it just like ready in the closet behind me. Then I have another closet right here to my right, and that is more of like cover-ups. Cover-ups like regular baggy t-shirts, regular t-shirts that I would wear over my uniform if I'm going to work, sweaters. I do have like some fancy dresses, not fancy, like cocktail dresses in there. Then I have another closet in the master bedroom, and that is all like my winter clothes and evening gowns, my old pageant dresses, my wedding dress, you know, just some slight. But yeah, I buy clothes a lot. I'm trying to get better at it, like to not, because you know, it's all the whole business of fashion right now. A majority of stuff is just fast fashion. Fast fashion. So you wear it once, you never want to wear it again, and you know, we don't hold on to stuff like, you know, our parents used to. So I gotta stop buying clothes. Who was the coolest person you saw at your job? Ooh. But I don't know. Okay, so like people that you would find cool, like Kendall Jenner. Well, I did see Leonardo DiCaprio there once. I don't know. Okay, I will tell you when I totally geeked out at the club. It's not a surprise that he was there because they had seen that, you know, everyone posted, he had posted. But I totally geeked out when I saw Guy Fieri at the club, because I'm a nerd and I freaking love Food Network and Guy's Grocery Games and Diners, Dine-Ins, and Drives. Like, I love that shit. So when I saw him, I was like, ah! That was cool to me. And then the only other person I was just like, wow, was I like saw and like talked to Bob Saget. Not like talk, but like, hey, because when I saw him, I was like, hey, because he just reminds me of kind of like an uncle type of person. And when I was younger, and probably still to this day, I had a clinical obsession with the Olsen Twins, with Mary-Kate and Ashley. And, you know, I don't know, I guess seeing him and I like associated the two together, and I'm like, ah. But funny story about my obsession. So probably when I was like in 3rd grade, Mary-Kate and Ashley had released their full line of clothing, cover-ups, shampoo, brushes, blow dryer, straight, like literally if they could put their name on anything, like they did. And they sold it at Walmart. And at the time, my parents were, you know, doing pretty good in the finance department. This was before the recession. So yeah, I ended up getting like a D on my report card, or I ended up getting a bad grade. And so my parents were really big on like incentives for getting good grades. You know, you guys are great, you can buy one thing at Toys R Us, whatever. And they knew how obsessed I was, and they knew the line was coming out. So report card's already out, like I had done bad, but my parents one day at the house ended up bringing me over to their bedroom, opening the door, and laying out all on their bed was the full entire line. I'm like not joking. Anything that was at Walmart that was Mary-Kate and Ashley was spread out across their room on their bed, laid out. I was like as a little kid, I was like, oh my god. Like it's like, I don't know, the treasures of Agrabah. Like it was like a whole huge ordeal of stuff, and I was like, oh my god. And then like my mom and dad closed the door and they're like, this could all be yours if you get good grades. And I was like, no! So it worked though, because I ended up bringing up my grades, tweaking out because I was like, I need it! And yeah, I mean, I wondered what would have happened if I didn't try to bring up my grade, because you know, you already spent all of that money. So it's like, what were you gonna do with the rest of the stuff? But so yeah, I was so obsessed with them. I had everything. I could sit here and bore you guys with every single thing that I had, but like, you know, my parents were I had a really good childhood. My parents got me a majority of the things I wanted within reason, you know? I mean, I didn't really want crazy stuff, but like, they knew I loved the girls and they got me a bunch of Mary Kay and Ashley stuff. I had the movies, the doll, whatever. And the makeup. So, okay. There you go, my Mary Kay and Ashley obsession, seeing Bob Saget. It all makes sense. Okay. What was your favorite subject in school? Ooh. It's a kind of like cross between English, because, okay, I loved English, literature, grammar, all that boring stuff I found so interesting. I love Shakespeare. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Like, I love all that nerdy stuff. But then I started getting older and I started taking cooking as a class in school. One of those extracurricular, well, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I was taking, oh, by the way, if I ever go to make a line, I use like corners of my makeup, or if I have a piece of cardboard or like a flyer or something, but if I can't find anything, I just use the little corner of the thing and it ends up perfect. So I started taking cooking classes and like all my years through high school, and then I got good at it, and obviously I've always been passionate about it. So I applied to Johnson & Wales and got accepted on a full scholarship for cooking. And you know, I was young, 17, 18. I had a lot of people in my head telling me like, oh yeah, like the hours for that job are crazy and you're gonna be so unhappy and you're not gonna make any money, and that kind of tripped me out. And I was like, whoa, I love cooking and I don't want to end up like resenting it and hating it. So kind of didn't end up pursuing that like a dodo. But you know, it all ends up, life works out. Like I ended up going to college for journalism, which actually kind of segued into like my love for grammar and English. So I was able to do a lot of classes that dealt with that. I learned multimedia production because that's a majority of what journalism is these days. It's not really paper anymore, it's all like the internet and stuff. So I kind of ended up doing what I wanted now that I think about it, at least going to school wise, you know, not my career now. But yeah, so cooking and English, my favorite subjects, and you know, now I cook every day and I don't really write anything, but multimedia, making these videos, putting my knowledge to use. Next question. Is there a product, it doesn't matter if it's new or old, that is a must-have every single time you do your makeup? Ooh. You know, I started realizing it, especially when I was making these videos. I was like, oh, wait a minute, it doesn't matter what look I do, whether it be natural foundation, full foundation, sparkles on my eyes, whatever, I always use the same bronzer, and it's like must have. I love this. It's like a I don't know, I didn't realize how much I appreciated you. Yeah, I love this bronzer stick. I've been using it forever, as long as I can remember. I actually don't even know how old that is. But you know, I don't use very much because I am particularly pale. So if I put too much bronzer, it looks kind of funny. But like living in Florida, South Florida, you gotta be bronze, you gotta be tan, but my skin don't work like that, so it gets a little difficult. But yeah, that is like my go-to every day, no matter what. The Milk Matte Bronzer Stick. So I added a little bit of lip color to finish my look, but now I'm ready for my day. Those were all the questions that I had. I hope you guys learned a couple of weird, interesting, fun facts about me. But if you want to continue to get to know me, be sure to follow me on Instagram and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and tuning in, and I'll see you next video.